स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Sri Ramakrishna, as a part of the advice to the householders, he is giving one of the highest truths, that God is one. Various faiths, various religions, and various beings approach him in the way it is possible for them, each calling by a particular name, each trying to comprehend him in their own way of their understanding, and making a mental understanding of him in a rough way, because the whole thing, God and his knowledge of God for us, is beyond the senses, beyond the mind, beyond the intellect. The three instruments that we have, there is no access to perceive him with the senses, mind, or intellect. We have to cross the barrier of mind to experience him, to know him. And the whole effort is to go beyond the nature, our own nature, the nature internal and nature external, to understand him. Whatever way we approach him, with whatever relationship, whatever understanding, ultimately we reach him, because God is a conscious entity who can understand our innermost feelings. He is there within us to make us go towards him. So, when the realization dawns and all doubts get cleared, he will see that all paths, all faiths, all religions are calling or approaching the one absolute existence, from where the entire universe and all of us and all beings have come, and in whom it is existing, and into whom it is going to merge back each time the cycle ends. So this truth Sri Ramakrishna is giving. You may say there are many errors and superstitions in another religion. I should reply, suppose there are. Every religion has errors. Everyone thinks that his watch alone gives the correct time. It is enough to have yearning for God. It is enough to love him and feel attracted to him. Don't you know what God is? Don't you know that God is our inner guide? He sees the longing of our heart and yearning of our soul. Sri Ramakrishna is giving out the essence of sadhana. Don't spend your life, don't waste your time, precious time of your life. Every moment of our life is so precious. And don't spend that precious life for having wasted one single moment of our life. We may miss the goal and may have to wait for the next life to grow in human body. So don't waste time. Call on God. It is enough if you are attracted by Him. It's enough if you love Him deeply from your heart. He is the inner guide. He is the inner guide. He has made all these arrangements of various paths, various religious, various feelings, bhavas, and various ways of approaching Him. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna clearly mentions this. All approach me in whatever way they are approaching, and every path is path to me, and those paths are what I have created for them to come to be. The paths are, God has made so many arrangements for Jiva's evolution, so also for going back to the source. Each is limited by each person in this world is entirely unique, and there cannot be two people who are equal in their balance sheet. They have been passing through many, many lives, and each life is acquiring certain momentum, certain karmic load, certain understanding, which is entirely different from the other person, even if they are born to the same parents as twins. Even then you see there is that difference. And they come with different software, and each has a unique nature and their spiritual status with which they have to go. And as if we are at different places in this world and we have to go to a particular place, we move in the nearest path. Each path is different. When like spokes in a wheel, they come from different places in the rim, from the rim, and reach the same place at the center. Now you see the mobile or the cell phone, what you call, how many millions and millions are coming. They're from different places they are approaching, from different cell phones they are approaching the same center place, a tower, and from there it is reaching another person. And it's a particular range of vibrations, electromagnetic waves, and small difference in wavelength is differentiating one mobile from the other. They all are the same purpose is served for two people to talk to each other. Like that, suppose God is a center point or a tower itself, and all want to approach it. From each person, there is an independent path. We may follow a particular religion, say Hinduism itself, and I may be following same approach also. I am taking God as my father or mother. Suppose I am taking God as my mother. Another person also is following same bhakti path of the same attitude towards God, and the same God, suppose Krishna is there, and I am approaching him, or the Divine Mother is there, I am approaching her as my mother. And another person is also approaching the same goddess with the same attitude as mother. But what a difference between us two. How I approach is what I am made up of. Though path seems to be same, religion seems to be same, the bhava seems to be same, the way in which we approach is entirely different. There cannot be any equality. I am made up of a different substance altogether, as if all my samskaras, my knowledge, my understanding, everything, my way of approach itself is different from the same path we are moving, the same religion we are following, all the injunctions we are following, and same attitudes we are bearing, yet they are entirely different. They cannot be matched at all. Then you see each one has his own path to God. As many paths, as many paths, as many people. So we can't say any path or any person's path or the way in which he approaches. And God is instigating, guiding from inside. He is just showing the light to everyone, like lighthouse on the sea beach. It is just beckoning, and all the number of ships and boats that are floating in the water are looking at the same light. The light is beckoning, all are moving towards that light. But because they lie in different places, they are moving towards that it is guided. My path is guided by the tower, by the light, by the lighthouse, which is guiding my path. So here Sri Ramakrishna says, whatever be the approach, whatever be the understanding, it is God who is guiding. And He is the inner guide. Don't you understand? He is the inner guide. It is enough. You have a yearning for God. It is enough. You love Him and feel attracted to Him. This is the essential thing. Wherever I am, whichever boat or ship I am traveling, and the beckoning light of the lighthouse on the shore is giving signal, and I am moving, I must have a desire to reach there. That's the only thing is I must desire. I must aspire for reaching that shore. That's all. Then I start moving. Don't you know that God is the inner guide? He sees the longing of our heart and yearning of our soul. He is as indweller, as inner guide. What does He see? You have longing and yearning of your soul. Suppose a man has several sons. The older boys address him distinctly as Baba or Papa, but the babies can at best call him Ba or Pa. Now, will the father be angry with those who address him in this indistinct way? Father knows that they too are calling him, only they cannot pronounce his name well. All children are same to the Father. Likewise, the devotees call on God alone, though by different names. They call on one person only. God is one, but His names are many. We see, especially in Hinduism, this one appearing as many. The whole universe is manifestation of God. All beings are individually manifestation of the same reality. And God appearing in the heart of man is also a manifestation of the same Chaitanya, same absolute existence existing in the man, just like the water of the ocean has entered the land as bay, inner bay, or a approach is there from where a small portion cut in the land end is entering into a small port or harbor. It is like that. God is there from the absolute projecting inside the heart of every jiva. He is the Antaryami. Now, apart from, he is pervading the whole existence of man as man. He is pervading the whole being. He is pervading the whole universe. He has become the universe. He is pervading the universe. He is supporting the universe as its substratum. And in every jiva, he is there, specially manifest. Though he is pervading, he is specially manifest there. Like air is everywhere, and some places air is rarefied, some places air is highly pressurized. Now you see at different layers of altitude at the sea coast, at the sea level, what is the pressure of air is not what is above about 500 kilometers above. How air is there also, air is here also. Everywhere air is there, but the pressure difference is there. So his manifestation, apart from his pervasion, there is extra manifestation in the jiva as it pervades all beings and everything, every object he pervades. Because existence belongs to God. Name and form alone are the differences that create of nature. Nature provides the name, form, and quality. And God has become that material. He is pervading, he is substratum, he has become the same. Now, the difference between ordinary matter and a living being is his manifestation in the heart of every being in a special way. In a special way, he is present there. And in case of human, his manifestation is maximum. The Chaitanic expression in human being is different from an animal. Still different, though it is all are living beings. It is more in man, little less in animals, still less in the insects. Variations. So this we see, and God is within and He is one. Except Him, nothing exists. Yet we make the difference. They call on one person only. God is one, but His names are many. And in our scriptures, they give us a special way of presenting God as the ocean, infinite ocean, beyond limits of time and space. Time, beyond time, He is eternal. Beyond space, He is infinite. He is infinite, eternal. And this eternity and infinity, this fullness exists at all levels. As universe, His manifestation is the same fullness and completeness in Jiva as Antaryamin, in the indweller, same fullness and same completeness. In every jiva, he is there in all fullness and completeness. Now, in our scriptures, what they give is comparing it to the infinite ocean, eternal ocean, beyond time and space, and in that waves appear. One wave is universe. Another wave is another universe. It dissolves in the same, appears again as the wave. Similarly, each ripple in the wave is a living being. A special wave appears in this wave as the incarnation of God to guide these small ripples of jivas to move with the nature, move with the wave and get dissolved in the source back. Now, this whole setup, if you see, each one wave is Rama, another wave is Krishna, another wave is Durga, another wave is Shiva, another wave is Christ, another wave is another prophet. So we see the various manifestations of God we come across are of different, appears to be different, but each wave is verily the ocean. Wave, just name and form alone, it is inseparable part of the ocean. So one absolute existence in which many types of manifestations, varieties of things, varieties of patterns, but material is one. Some places it may be ice, some places it might have become steam-like, some vapor it could be, somewhere like in our air, humidity. Whatever way it is there, it is a different state of existence, but matter is same, whether ice or steam or water. It appears to be entirely different. Water is not ice, but the same water is there in the form of ice. So when this difference he goes away, there is distinction without difference. This is what Sri Ramakrishna is. God is one. He may be appearing to Bhakta in with form, to a Jnani without form. Because of the coolness of the Bhakta, the water becomes ice in some places. Some places it eternally remains as ice. But when the sun of knowledge starts shining, it will dissolve and become water again. So God is one. We all call by different names. According to the need of the people, God has made different arrangements. Thursday, August 4th, 1882, Sri Ramakrishna was talking to Hazra on the long northeast veranda of his room when M arrived. He saluted the master reverently. Master, I should like to visit Ishwarchandra Vidyasagar a few times more. The painter first draws the several outlines and then puts in the details and colors at his leisure. The molder first makes the image out of the clay, then plasters it, then gives coat of whitewash, and last of all paints with a brush. All these steps must be taken successively. Vidyasagar is fully ready, but his inner stuff is covered with a thin layer. He is now engaged in doing good works, but he does not know what is within himself. Gold is hidden within him. God dwells within us. If one knows that, one feels like giving up all activities and praying to God with a yearning soul. This is an important, everything, whatever Sri Ramakrishna speaks is of absolute necessity and of great importance. Here we see he has come from Vidyasagar's house back talking so much of spiritual matters and the way to reach the goal, supreme goal of human life, of realizing God, and all that we saw. And he has come back, but on either side, they are dwelling on each other. Vidyasagar is thinking of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is thinking of Vidyasagar. See the love of God, concern with which he attends to the people. What an understanding, what a need, what a thing. It is beyond our comprehension to understand what God, how God participates in the. It doesn't end with Vidyasagar. Now we have read this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna has entered our hearts. He has started working on us. We just now and then think of him, but he has already entered all of us and is constantly working on all of us. The day you have come in contact with him, he has already entered your heart in a special way. Though he is there, once an incarnation comes into this world, he pervades all the jivas and start guiding them. But when you turn your face to him, in whatever way, just to know or to deny or to do something, he has already entered. Even to deny him, such a thing is not there. It is false. You are talking about a person as false or a thing as false has already entered into your mind, entered into your soul, and you are expressing whatever your expression is different. But because it has already entered into you, you are denying or accepting it. Without entering into your mind and soul, how could you deny or accept it? The denial is a negative way of approaching him. Accepting is another positive way of approaching him. Both are, you are discussing about him, thinking about him, either negative way or positive way. But he is there within you already. So, when Sri Ramakrishna is recollecting about Vidyasagar, you can see wonderful thing happening here. Imagine how he is now in this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, or in the life we may not see Sri Ramakrishna again personally going to him, but he has started working on him. He may not be personally going, or he has gone in some more time, we do not know. Personally, whether he has gone at all or we don't know, but he is with him. The sketch is drawn, it has to be painted stage by stage. What is he telling? We'll see it again. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.